Hey guys, Paul here with Late Night Games, just for another quickie update with you guys. So, my morning so far has been pretty simple. After I did some work, because, well, I work first thing in the morning as soon as I get up, got dressed, started hanging out the door, down the stairs, out to my car, opened the door, threw you guys in the car, because I'm not going to leave you guys out while I wipe the snow off. Got the snow off the car. Yes, there's snow on my car, it's April, yada yada yada, I'm sick of hearing it. It's Canada, people. Get over it. That's the way the weather is. Hopped in, drove over to Tim Hortons, which, yes, not very far. I mean, I'm only making 2 turns, and then there's the parking lot ahead. Huzzah! And drove my way in. Don't give me a grief for it being so close and me not walking. As I said a moment ago, it's snowing. I may not care, but that doesn't mean I want to be outside during it. Meander my way up to the drive-thru, pull on in, place my order, pull ahead to the window, slowly but surely. Then, as after I get my order, drive away, start pulling out, head back home, back out of the car, up the stairs, through my house, into the room, take a sip of my coffee. And here we are now, guys. So, thanks for joining me again today. It's Wednesday, 3rd day of VEDA, April 3rd. Yes, it's snowing outside, but that's not really that big of a deal to me. So, what went on yesterday? After I talked to you guys, not a whole lot. I did play some Torchlight 2 with my brother. That game is awesome. Part 1 was good. Part 1 was fun. But the dungeon crawling aspect of Part 2 is a lot better. Part 1, if you haven't played it, it had the main city, and then it had the dungeon, which had multiple levels going down. It was a fun dungeon crawler, but literally, as far as I was aware, that's as far as it went. I never got anywhere where I had to leave the main city. There were a couple mini missions where you took teleporters to various new dungeons for one mission, but for the most part, it was always the same very, very deep mineshaft tunnel. Robert and I played, well, we were playing for about 3 hours, but we only actually got like 2 hours of gameplay in due to technical issues, which I'll go over in a second. And it's far more open world. We've been wandering from area to area. It's got more of a feel like Diablo 2, where you're chasing someone, the alchemist in this case, the wanderer in the case of Diablo 2. You're chasing them, and you're always hot on their heels. By the time you get to where you're supposed to meet him, find him, he had already been there and gone, so now you're wandering off to the next area. A lot of fun, some great weapons, great character classes. I'm playing a gunslinger. Robert's playing an ember mage that's using ice magic. Go figure. So, a lot of fun. I don't know when we'll be posting that because there's a lot of editing I gotta do with these episodes. I'm not going to show you guys all the dungeon crawling goodness because that would be tedious. I'm just going to pull out the best parts, but first I have to figure out what the best parts are. Anywho, we've been getting some really good questions for our Q&A episode on Friday. For those of you who weren't aware, I'm planning on doing Q&A episodes on Fridays during the month of April. And maybe another day of the week after April if it gets popular. But I've so far got some really good questions for this Friday. I don't know if I'm going to be able to get to them all, because some of them are really in-depth and are going to take a lot of talking. So I'll get to as many of them as I can this Friday. The ones I can't get to, we'll put off for next Friday. If I start getting too many of them, I might do it 2 times a week, 3 times a week. I don't know. But I will get all your questions answered. Now, if you wanted to ask a question, you can leave it down in the Facebook area. I've got a message on our Facebook wall at facebook.com/latenightgames where you can find that information. Where you can find where everyone else is asking questions. You can also send me a message directly on Twitter at twitter.com/MrLokiRamos. Twitter.com/LokiRamos. Mr. Loki Ramos is the YouTube channel. Loki Ramos is my Twitter. Or you can always leave it as a response to one of these videos, one of the VEDA videos during the contest. Just say, I have a question for the Q&A videos, and blah, put your question down. You can also send me a PM on YouTube. Any way you have to get a hold of me, go ahead and ask a question. That all being said, aside from the Q&A coming up and playing Torchlight last night, which ate up most of my night, the technical issues in Torchlight. I did want to touch over those real quick. So with the Torchlight 2 game, it has multiplayer. Now, me and Robert noticed an issue, which apparently is a known issue. He did see a lot of it on forums, where sometimes if the host enters an area first, no one else can enter that area properly. It doesn't load up. Doesn't happen all the time, but happens sometimes. And we were noticing it happening a lot with Robert. Me being the host, he was having issues loading in. So, anytime that he and I had to go through a teleporter or move to a new area, I had to let him go through first. Once he loaded, I was able to go through no problem. So, if anyone out there is playing the game multiplayer and running into these issues, while that's not a fix, that's a good patch fix for it. Now, I don't know if that's because of a recent update with the current version of the game. Robert was the one reading the forums on it because he was the one experiencing the issue, and that was just the workaround that he and I agreed on to try, and it worked, and we stuck with it. Anywho, not really that much to talk about today, except for the fact that we played Torchlight and how awesome these questions for the Q&A are looking. Today, I don't really have much of anything planned. I'm just going to be working for most of the day. It looks like it's going to be a busy day here in the office. I'm definitely going to have to play some Star Wars. Oh, we got the next episode of Shogun online today. And Dave and I thought we had taken out the Eco Iki. We were wrong. The Eco Iki are still around. So we take them out in a more creative way. Or at least I do. Dave decided to stay back out of this one and let me handle it because they were attacking my trade routes primarily. Anywho, thank you guys for tuning in. I'll talk to you guys quickly tomorrow. Maybe I'll have some more to talk about. Maybe it'll be a little less nonsensical. But, have a good one, guys, and we'll see you later.